house of prayer.
Rise up, oh God, with blessings on your people. Rise up together. Your love's gonna break the chains. Rise up, oh God, with blessings on your people. Rise.
Let's go. This is the way that we rise. Jesus will make us alive, loving our neighbors, and we love them in the name of our God. Compassion, not just words but action, rising from the ashes just like Lazarus from the casket. God is in the neighborhood, get it, got it good. We got this assignment, no stopping, keep shining. Know you, know me, just us. Let's rise up together, let's together rise up. Rise up.
Oh God, with blessings on your people. Rise up together. Your love's gonna break the chains. Rise up, oh God, with blessings on your people. Rise.
What does rise up mean to you?
To me, rise up means that we can all come together and stand up for what we believe in and also stand up to help others.
Rise up means to me that we are stirred by the Holy Spirit to be empowered and equipped to go out and serve.
Why did we go to Detroit?
We went to Detroit because it was a city that needed our help, and I can't think of much better help than 30,000 young people going in and having so many opportunities to serve that city.
What did you think of Detroit?
I thought Detroit was actually a very nice city, and it just needed some help from youth like us.
What service project did you do?
The service project that I did was I helped rebuild a fence around a garden in a Detroit neighborhood.
For our service project, we made a compost heap for a small Detroit neighborhood so that they could use a good soil to grow their plants.
The service project I helped out with was we cleaned up a garden that the whole community can come and use.
On service project day, I got to help board up a house, and it was really awesome. We didn't have too many tools that were the best for the job, but we used our brains and came up with solutions and ended up completing the job.
Who was your favorite speaker and why?
All the speakers at the ELCA Youth Gathering were really inspirational, but I have to say my favorite speaker was probably Sarah, because she used something she loved, like yoga, to teach students who are blind, and spoke a totally different language from her, and that was a really holy moment for her.
It was hard to figure out who my favorite speaker was because each night was amazing and I didn't think the next night could top it. But on Thursday night, I was excited about Pastor Rani because of his background, being a scientist and being Arab, like some of my family are. And his speech did not fail. It was amazing, and it was really cool to see the diversity within the Lutheran Church.
My favorite speaker at the youth gathering was Natasha T. Miller with her powerful poetry and inspirational message.
My favorite speaker at the National Youth Gathering was Steve Jerby. Not just because he's a friend of mine, but because he completely rocked the house.
We claim the name of Jesus because Jesus is the promise that while weeping may endure for a night, joy will come in the morning. Jesus is that joy. Jesus is joy to the world.
Who is your favorite musician in Detroit?
My favorite musician was Rachel Kurtz because I love her and she's amazing, and yeah.
I liked the Motown All-Stars, and every song they sang I liked. I think it was really good.
I've got so much honey, the bees in me.
Where did you see Jesus in Detroit?
Well, I saw Jesus in my boy Daniel here.
And I
all
saw
over
Jesus
the place.
and my boy Chris everywhere.
What was your favorite thing about Detroit?
My favorite part of Detroit was the Skillet concert on the floor.
My favorite part was when we worked on the fence and did our community work.
My favorite part was the food.
My favorite part of the National Youth Gathering was going out into the community and helping them restore a neighborhood.
What was your favorite thing about the youth gathering?
My favorite thing about the youth gathering was getting to be on the floor and see the speakers up close.
What was it like worshiping with 30,000 other people?
It was amazing. You're completely surrounded by youth, and you're all singing together and worshiping together, and you're surrounded by God the whole time.
So we went to Detroit to make a difference. We went to Detroit to help the people and the city there to rise up. And what a difference was made. Hundreds of neighborhoods in Detroit were impacted by the 30,000 of us who traveled to Detroit. Thousands of abandoned lots were cleared of debris. Hundreds of homes that were abandoned have now been boarded up to make the neighborhoods more safe. We planted gardens, we painted murals, we got to know the people of Detroit. We made a difference. But just as important, Detroit made a difference on each and every one of us who went there. All of us who have now returned home, all of us are different people. We have all been impacted by our time at the National Youth Gathering, and we have you to thank for it. So thank you, House of Prayer. Thank you, each and every one of you who sent us to the ELCA National Youth Gathering in Detroit. We made a difference, and it made a difference on us. We are now home, ready to make a difference here and around the world. Thank you, House of Prayer.
Thank you, House of Prayer.
Thank you, House of Prayer.
Thanks, House of Prayer.
Thank you, House of Prayer.
Thank you, House of Prayer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, my finger was in there. Okay.
Thank you, House of Prayer.
Thank you, House of Prayer!
Thank you, House of Prayer!
I want my life to make a difference.